Hello everybody, I'm LegacyBrix, and today I'm making a review on this new revival that is currently in development. I'm deciding to make a dedicated review on this since it's on my list. I also streamed this review a bit ago. So this is a demo version. It's a really promising demo too. It's apparently, remaking 2013 Roblox. I'm recording this pretty late at night. It's about 1 in the morning, but I didn't want to forget this since it's the weekend and I have plenty of time right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and give as good of a review I can. I'm gonna give feedback. I'm gonna make content on this. I'm making a review. Okay, so first off, we start on this page. It is somewhat accurate. I don't think this is accurate right here. The share button isn't. It should have a gradient actually. This error curve should be much longer as long as this bar should be shorter, and it shouldn't have this thick of a UI shadow, and should also have a UI stroke like these. But this is some pretty basic stuff. I'm not gonna, say that's a horrible revival instantly by that. It's obviously a demo. They're not going to focus on that. They're going to focus on making a better client, a better game. So anyways, yeah, this game also has a custom username system. As you can see here, it says Builderman. I took that name because I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, there's stuff here. There's Builders Club. Some pages don't actually really work. This one, I think, this is pretty cool because you could buy lifetime. I'm broke, so I can't afford this, but you could buy lifetime Builders Club right now. None of these benefits apparently do anything. I don't know if they do anything yet. I haven't really seen anything yet, but yeah, you could all sorts of stuff. These buttons, these don't even look like images, so they're actually doing it the non-lazy way, which is awesome. They got all sorts of buttons here, right? You got character. I don't know if you could edit the character. It appears you can actually. So that's pretty neat. If they have they don't have 3D, which is unfortunate, but that doesn't even matter. Anyways, we're on the games page now. They got games here. Last time I checked, there was no like thumbnails on this little front page, but now there is. So that's really awesome. There's no player counter yet, but that doesn't matter. And it appears that there's no like genres yet either. These drop downs don't work either, nor does this work. Basically, nothing really here works. I don't even think this works. If it does, that's cool. No, it doesn't. So, only thing that's really functional on this page is the little games right here. Other than that, you can't really do anything with this. I want to go ahead and take a look at the catalog real quick too before we jump into anything. They have quite a bit of a selection and quite a lot of stuff. They've added quite a bit of stuff. They kind of got a little lazy right here. Turn this into an image. I feel like it could be a bit better too. Doesn't matter though. Yeah, it's still pretty cool. They remade the legend. I don't recognize if this is the correct font. That doesn't matter though. It's a demo, obviously. So anyways, there's a money tab. You could buy red bucks. That's their little thing. Very cheap too. Now they got custom sets, so it's not, you can't buy 400, 800, 1,700, and so on. It's 100, 350, 500, 1,100, 2,500. So, and it's pretty cheap prices too. Only 15 Robux for just 100. I have 750. Now this one, they don't replicate any form of ticks, so that doesn't even matter though. If we go here, I can change the account, all sorts of stuff, miscellaneous, moderation history, and credits. You could also possibly, you can't change your username, but supposedly that's a planned feature I see here. Anyways, let's go to the games now. Let's actually check out a game. Last time I played Sword Fight on the Heights. Let's play a bit more of a playable game. I guess we'll play Natural Disaster Survival here. I know that's like the most common thing in a revival, but it's one of the only things. They got all sorts of stuff here. This is obviously not finished. It was like that when I first played this a few days ago. They got all sorts of stuff though. They got a description here, everything here. This is the second game actually on RetroZone. Yeah. we'll go ahead and play this real quick. I've seen their client. It's really nice. There's no loading thing here either, which is unfortunate. Yeah, as you can see, once you load in, what's very cool is that they make your screen tinier, so it makes you to a little box just like an older computer when it had the tinier aspect ratio for your screen. The client is very cool. I love the client. You know, you got all sorts of stuff. You can pop out everything. They don't have the studs yet. It's not a big deal, but they're not there. Shift lock works. Also, all this stuff works here. I'm assuming. Probably can't even report. Yeah, you can't even report, which is good they disabled that because most games don't. But yeah, they got all sorts of stuff. You know, you could chat. Hello, I am LegacyBrix. And then boom, it chats. There's no chat bubble, but that's there. I actually lost damage. I know exactly which copy lock they got this from, but that's where everyone else got that from. Not a copy lock, but a file. Yeah, it appears they got quite a bit of stuff here. It's really not awesome. It's neat. They got this full-on working game, and it's very unique because I don't think a single revival has this little outside design, little squares. I don't think they have a set aspect ratio. It can just fit on any device. I think that's what's very unique about this one. And considering it's a demo only, this thing, I think it's only been in development for about 2 months right now. So very cool. Underrated. There's only 300 visits at the time of making this video, so I think I feel like it should deserve more. I know it's a demo, but like it's really detailed, especially for its first few months of development. You know, you got all sorts of stuff. You got a catalog, you got usernames, you got a full-on client. You have everything you possibly need. I think even if it's a demo, I think it should be more popular, unlike some revivals that don't really deserve its popularity. This one should definitely have at least some sort of player base. I'm surprised it doesn't even have one now. I was expecting to have. I wasn't even thinking. I saw the word demo, but I didn't think, you know, there's barely anyone playing this. So they even got this thing right here, Builder Man. They got all sorts of stuff fixed for your username. That's how advanced this game is. Really cool stuff. And also, I'm gonna mention I probably won't cut out as much silent noise, even if I'm speaking a lot. So you might hear me say and all sorts of stuff through sentences. I will cut out some stuff that I just don't speak, but I want to give good reviews now. When I review revivals, I want to make sure I don't miss any detail. If I bring up something that shouldn't be mentioned, I might cut that out, but everything here I think could be mentioned, and I'll correct myself as fast as I can if it shouldn't be. Like, you know, since it's a demo, it's obviously early in development. It's not gonna be prestigious, or not prestigious I wouldn't say, but like all big and fancy and complete, like certain revivals like Retro Studio, I guess, if you can consider that a complete revival. Obviously there's gonna be more updates, but like it has a bunch of clients and all sorts of stuff. It doesn't recreate the website UI, which is the main fundamental of an old Roblox revival. Me personally, I will rate your revival if it has custom hub, or if it recreates or replicates the old website GUI. And I think that's like an important aspect to consider, at least. Considering most rivals don't even do that now. Some of them are kind of lazy, honestly. They go the other way, and they don't make anything pretty original. So I'm glad this revival is recreating a whole bunch of stuff. You could do anything, be anything. We just got hit by a tsunami, but yeah, they got all sorts of stuff. It's a 2013 client. It's very, very well designed. I'm just spieling about random stuff. I'm gonna give my full review once I head back to the hub. As you can see, there's a loading screen 2 here. so they're pretty professional with what they do. They actually just don't let you instantly go into the game, unlike certain revivals. You know, there's a loading screen in case some things need to load. Um, there's all sorts of stuff here. They even have this custom little browser thing at the top. I can't wait for them to expand on it. I don't know if it works. We're about to test that right now. It does not work. Nothing here really is functional. You can't even type in here, but it's very cool. I don't want to click this logout button, but if it does work, that's crazy. That's pretty good. These buttons don't function. I feel like this should bring them money, but yeah. So if we consider the factor that they've replicated the website not to a T, not perfectly, you know, it's not in development. It is in development, but like it's missing a few stuff that's not here. There's some inaccuracies I could point out. Again, it's still in early development, so they could fix it. But I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna kind of criticize, you know. But aside from most of the inaccuracies that I could point out right here, it's very well built. Considering how they remade the entire website, or at least they're planning on doing it, and they've already remade plenty of it too. They've got a custom web browser up here, which they can again expand on. Custom usernames, a huge catalog, builders club. You could customize your character. You could buy Rebucks. That's what they call it. I forgot they have a custom currency. They got all sorts of stuff. They even got a news thing. See how this says coming soon for my best friends? Does not say that for this, which means this functions right here. And no one really uses that. But yeah, they got games. It's not finished yet. There's only 6 games, but they got plenty of stuff. And I'm assuming they'll make public profiles rather soon. I don't think there are right now, but hopefully soon. I want to see what my profile looks like. And if you see down here, you can see which demo version. You can compare and see if you're still on the demo version that I'm playing on. If it's not, that means it's been updated, and this review might be outdated by the time you're seeing this. I know it will be too, because I'm making this a few days in advance before I start editing it. I'm making this specifically, if you want to consider it, August 8th. My first initial review was like August 3rd or August 4th on that one live stream of me rating revivals, right? So, but I'm making this exact review at 1 a.m. in the morning on August 8th. So things may change. I might publish this literally maybe on August 8th. Maybe not. Could be published a day further. But yeah, really cool revival. I'm gonna give this revival enough yapping too. My final review, okay, my rating out of 10. So 0 to 10, I rate this an 8 out of 10. I would go higher, but I'm not gonna go harsh on it. If there's unfinished or just not released features, I'm not counting those. But with the features I see now, you know, some of it's just not as accurate, and they're already out there. So I'm gonna obviously give a review on that, but you know, 8 out of 10, I think it's pretty fair. Considering it's still in early development, you know, there's a lot to change, a lot to be added, a lot to be removed, all sorts of stuff. Very cool revival. I will put its Roblox link, like the game link, and I'll put its Discord in the description. You could also join my Discord in my channel link description and whatnot. You could see my profile there too, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this review, make sure to like, make sure to comment and see. Just tell me any revivals you want me to rate. And I want to ask you guys to provide an exact name, because I got some revivals to rate, but I wasn't given an exact name, so I don't know where to go to. I don't know what they're exactly talking about. So if you could give me a game link, you could go to my Discord, send it there. You could send it in my comments. I'll always be able to see the comment too. Others might not be able to, but I will definitely. So you could do that. All sorts of stuff. I even might make community posts on like what should I do next. You could vote there. I don't post often, but I will post there. You'll automatically get a notification on my Discord though. You'll know if I make a poll or not. And I will be streaming at some point this weekend. Okay, I will be streaming, and this weekend, as I mean the weekend of like August 8 and August 9. So Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want me to play. Hit the notifications bell if you don't want to miss a new video. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all my fans, all my supporters, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.